And let's take a look. Now that the sim is done, let's play this back. All right, very cool. This is definitely the look I want. My playback speed is a little sluggish. I'm going to change the viewport display to preview to improve the playback performance. That's better. All right, yeah, so you can definitely take this further, but I'm happy with this look, so I'm going to add a camera.
Yeah, mine does cache pretty fast, actually.
And change the resolution to a square aspect. I'll turn on the globe to make sure I'm centered on the action here. Okay. Now that I have the motion that I want, I'm going to finally turn the resolution up to 120. You'll notice that this sim will take exponentially longer, but thankfully due to editing magic, we can skip the boring parts.
Son of a bitch, I can't.
With the increased resolution, you can still see the motion is preserved, which is great. And if we turn the viewport display back to final quality, you can see a big change in detail. Yeah. I'm going to jump to frame 40 and add lights and materials.
Okay. Cool. This is kind of fun.
Let's switch to rendered view and change our renderer to cycles, GPU compute. I'm going to change the render.
I kind of actually want to do this and follow along, and then we won't actually hit render. I'll do that later. But I just want to make sure the scene settings are all set up, because I can use this. So, it'll be a bit boring. We're going to take our time. And then, yeah. In the meantime. So I guess if you want to see what mine's doing, we're caching it. Cool. So mine cached. So now if we look at it, it goes woo, drops back down. Woo, look at that. Crazy. Okay, so he said go to frame 40. Yes, sir. Let's get his camera. How did he quickly jump to squared view again? I'm just gonna mute him now. How'd you do squared view, good sir? So he goes to 40. Oh shit, he's already squared view. How'd you do that? Shh.
View and change our render. With the increased resolution, take 20. You'll notice that this sim will take exponentially longer.
Oh, do I really want to rebake it? No. I'll set up all the render settings and then I'll redo it to 1. Yeah, okay.
But thankfully, due to editing magic, we can skip the boring parts. With the increased resolution, you can still see the motion is preserved, which is
Sorry,
great.
how did you make your camera square?
But I'm happy with this look, so I'm going to add a camera.
I know that is very basic, but I don't know it. Camera to view. I think I have camera. Oh my Jesus. Wonder. Yeah, I have camera to view. Do I? Are you camera to view? Yeah, you are. Now we got camera to view. How do you make it a square?
and change the resolution to a square aspect.
Oh, you just copy and paste the number, right? Okay, I did know that actually. I thought there was just a quicker way. I actually did not know that camera to viewed is this. I've always been doing the like use it to where it's like you can control it. I didn't know you could just click that and then, which is crazy because I feel like that's a super basic command, which is awkward. Let's do something like this. I think would be cool. Punch in, centered, okay.
I'll turn on the globe to make sure I'm centered on the action here. Okay. Now that I have the motion that I want, I'm going to finally turn the resolution up.
Okay, so he's going to do increase simulation of resolution, and then he's going to do adding light to materials, and then render previews and final result. We are going to do adding lighting and material, and then stop it there because rendering this at a higher resolution will crash our computer. So I'll do that later, and then come back with the final results, and we can look at that, which will be sick. Take that off.
To
So let's get
120.
through. Well, let's just see what he does.
You'll notice that this sim will take exponentially longer, but thankfully due to editing.
So what he's doing is, right now, our simulation is at, if we go to, not Blender Kit, Flip. Resolution's at 60, he's doing 120. It's going to take us a shitload of time to get there. So we're going to do that, like he said. Off camera, I don't need this, what is that open? There you are. So
we can skip the boring part.
just to see what he's doing. I mean, that's all he did. He just switched that number.
With the increased resolution, you can still see the motion is preserved, which is great. And if we turn the viewport display back to final quality, you can see a big change.
All of our settings should be the same, so it should look like that, but
Yeah.
you never know. Maybe I missed something or calculates different.
I'm going to
Who
jump
knows?
to frame 40 and add lights and materials.
So that's what we're
Let's switch to rendered
going to
view
copy.
and change our renderer to cycles, GPU compute. I'm going to change the render samples down to 120. And let's add a sunlight. I'll rotate it slightly.
You're going to do this. You're going to go rendered view. You're going to change to cycles, supported, GPU compute. We have this. Now he's going to add a sunlight, light, sun.
And I'm going to change the color to a subtle teal.
He's going to change the color of the sun. To a subtle teal.
And then add a point light just below the globe.
White light.
Making this a soft purple.
Where's my point light? Why don't I see that? Huh? Where's my fucking point light, man? It doesn't exist. Is it because it's in the domain? Why? Wait, why can't I see my point light? And he can. Settings are identical. Delete the point light. Re-add the point light. Take it down. I'm assuming it's because it's in a domain. I can't move it. G. Never mind. I just didn't hit G, I guess. Jesus Christ.
Color. And I'll brighten.
He just brought it down to like below the mesh around there, and he said subtle purple and power
a bit.
250. Subtle pretty purple. Roger that.
Now I'm going to add some
Holy shit. Okay, 600 watts. Jesus.
basic materials. Let's do a transparent water to the
Hold up, hold up. This is where you gotta slow it down for me.
fluid object.
Did you just
I'll brighten that up a bit. Now I'm going to add some base.
Okay, also, I don't see my point light. this is rendered view, and we are in cycles supported GPU. Why don't I see my point light in my, it's set to like 600. That is concerning. Should we check? Yeah, see, we don't see any purple. Why don't we see any purple? I said it's 600 watts. The hell? Oh. Oh. Okay. I see. He said his like here. Because it's not transmissive yet, that's why.
Basic materials.
So it's inside the mesh. Transmissive?
Let's do a transparent water.
Transparent. Okay, never mind. Me? Okay. So for this guy, and you're selected on the fluid surface, right? Yep. Material? Nope. Water.
To the fluid object.
Roughness 0, specular 0, specular. Let's start with roughness. 0. Specular is 0. Specular is 0.5. IOR level. Don't you want that for liquid?
With just a touch of transmission roughness.
Transmission roughness. Transmission? Weight. I hate when they change this. Emission? No. Transmission. Okay. Do you mean keep this at specular multi-scatter GX? Specular. No, specular 0. Specular 0 and then transmission. Oh, I see. This is the IOR. Okay, so his transmission is at 1, and then transmission roughness is 0.1. So I'm assuming if I do 0.1 here, yeah, it's not going to do fuck all. So maybe I have to do a weight of 0.9 then? I don't know. We're looking at two different things here.
Yes. And then some bluish volume scatter.
Ooh, fun. So then he adds a scatter and he puts it at this yellow thing.
And for more light detail, let's add an environment texture.
Okay, I'm with you. I'm just not with you on the whole transmission part of this. So if I render this out now, oh shit, wrong thing. If I render you out now, right, why? 0.1, I'm like changing the alpha. I don't want to change the alpha. I want to change. Okay, so I put this at what? 0.1, he said? 0.1. Yeah, that's not water. So
Basic materials. Water with just a touch of transmission.
So he's saying, if you look at his screen, what he changed right here. So there's transmission 1 and then transmission roughness. And if we look at our screen, we have transmission and a weight, which as you adjust that value, it looks like it turns off. So that's why I said instead of, if this is like the opposite of the roughness, his 0.1 would be our 0.9, I'm guessing. And then, like, yeah, see, he has, I guess we have alpha too. Fuck. What's your ILR?